Welcome to On the Rise. I talk about personal development, small business, and I interview entrepreneurs on the rise. My name is Nelson Stryker, and I am your host. You can follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Real Nelson Stryker. And to my rising tide, welcome back to the show. And as always, I have a very special guest in the building with me today. He hails from New York, all the way from Brooklyn, all right? Former professional basketball player, founder of an incredible organization called Ballin for Peace. Mr. Haron Hargrave, a.k.a. H2O, is in the building. What's going on, man?
Yo, Nelson, what's going on, man? All is well, all is well.
Yes.
Thank you for the introduction, but
of course.
I'm from Queens,
Oh, from
New
Queens.
York,
Okay. We was talking about Brooklyn before.
We was talking about Brooklyn and all that. Yeah, big Queens.
Yes,
though.
sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the rise. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming out recently to the softball game. I appreciate you.
Of course,
brother.
man.
Yes,
I had to pop out for that. As soon as you gave me that invite, man, I'm like, I gotta go, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So every show I start out with a quote. And we just give our 2 cents, and hopefully the people get something out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So this one is from Willie Nelson, and he says, once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results.
I mean, that's kind of self-explanatory. You know what I mean? I think a lot. You know, and I dream a lot. You know what I mean? I'm a goal-driven person, so I'm a result-driven person too. So if I could see it, I can achieve it. You know, even if I don't see it, I want it. You know, so
yes, sir.
I wake up every day with that same like little boy aspiration, like when I was like 5 or 6, you want to take over the world or something like that. So I think that is very important to still be goal oriented, like set goals.
Okay.
I did that my entire life. Like even playing ball and stuff. When I was in elementary, I want to be the captain of the team. Did that. Junior high school, I want to be the captain and lead and score. Did that. High school, same thing. I want to be the captain and college, same thing. And wound up leading the team and scoring. But I set these goals. I'm I used to break the game down as well. Like, I don't want to go too far into it, but I used to break the game down. Yeah. Because I knew, like, in high school, in order to get in the papers, you had to have at least 10 points or more.
Oh.
And for me, in order to get 20 points, I just broke it down into quarters. That's 5 points a quarter.
Yeah, there we
5
go.
points, 5. Okay, I could do. Hit a 3, a layup. That's your 5.
That's it.
Now anything else, that's bonus points, right? So if I hit 2 threes that quarter and I hit a layup, that's bonus. Now I'm ahead of my 5-point mark, and then now I'm working on a 30-point game, not a 20. So some people, I used to break the game down, and I was very mathematic with it as well too. You know what I'm saying? I knew exactly how many points I had in basketball games.
Right. And that, bro, that is such an incredible concept, right? And that's directly applied to personal development. They talk a lot about breaking things down. Yeah. Even for people who aren't really readers, right? They may look at a 300-page book and look intimidated, get intimidated by that 300-page book. Yeah. But if you break it down to 10 pages a day, it's not so intimidating anymore,
not at
right?
all. Not at all.
And so that's look, bro. My guy's already dropping level ups. We just started the show, man. We on the quote right now.
Yeah.
So look, man. So first question is, for those who don't know about you, who is Haron Hargrave?
My name's Haron Hargrave, a.k.a. H2O. I'm from Queens, New York. Born and raised. I got that name from playing street ball in New York City.
There we go.
A guy named Uncle G Stacks gave me that name playing the hoops in the sun. I came back from Romania, played in the spring league that they had, and I dropped 57 points, hit 12 three-pointers.
Hey.
And every time I touched the ball, he was like, H2O, H2O. So, you're saying my jump shot's pure it's like water.
Yeah.
So I kind of kept that name, not kind of, it's still my name.
Yes, sir,
I kept the name and made it into my business. I started H2O Music, where I'm not an artist, but I help out a lot of artists with doing hip-hop shows and ciphers and stuff for the artists. H2O Basketball, where I started my with my AAU team, and now with my refereeing business, and I was training. training kids, and everything went under H2O basketball. And then, Ballin for Peace. So, I'm a CEO and founder of Ballin for Peace.
Yes, sir.
So, who I am, I'm a carer, a giver, a lover, a supporter, somebody who loves their community, loves their family, and super competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
I love basketball. I love all sports. I played them all growing up. So I'm just all around just sports person, and that cares about their community. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that ain't gonna go away either, because you still playing.
Yeah, I still play. I referee.
It
And that's one of the things when you referee, they say you gotta pick one. Yeah. You gotta either ref or you gotta play, and so I don't play, and I don't. And if I did, it would be kind of weird if I'm still thinking to go to the NBA and stuff so I'm not thinking about that, but I love to compete. So I play in the Lifetime leagues. I play in a couple of different adult leagues, and I still referee. So, if there's if there's a game that I can ref, I'm going to ref, of course, make the money and stuff as well too.
Right.
But it's also the next chapter of my life, you know what I mean? So you have to kind of, put that in the in the back burner, you know what I'm saying? And ref, but while I can still play, I'll still play.
Of course.
And I don't compete against anybody else.
Yeah.
I compete against myself to see if I can still do certain things and everything. Okay, you hit 6 threes, you want to hit, I'm gonna hit 8 this game, and then I go in, and that's just how I do it. But again, I always kind of map things out. I have a game plan, and I really still play 3-on-3 basketball. That's one of the main things that I do. Me and my brother, we still travel, travel all over the place playing 3-on-3 basketball. We're kind of like pioneers of the game. We've been playing since 2012. Yeah. And now 3-on-3 basketball is an Olympic sport.
It's a thing now,
It's in the Olympics. Shout out to Team USA. They're playing today, actually. Jimmer Fredette, who used to play in the NBA, he plays with them.
That's what's up.
My boy Kareem. So shout out to all those guys who are playing on the 3x3 team and representing USA right now. Hopefully they bring back the goal in 3-on-3.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And you started talking about Ballin for Peace, so let's jump right into that.
Yeah.
Obviously the passion in ball.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was the motivation of it, but what really made you have that conversation with yourself and said, you know what, I got to do something and I got to make this organization? Because a lot of people have those ideas, but they don't execute.
And that's, a lot of, 99% of the goals and dreams that you have are shot down by yourself. Like, people shut themselves down before anybody else can tell them no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I just, I have the idea, I put it on paper, and then I go. Because now it's down. I wrote it down, and I put it down.
Real,
I took my idea and made it into a reality. Reality was on paper. So now I have to do it. So even when I'm doing the events, I get the date, I get the location, I put it out there, and now it's, all right, man, I got to do it. Like, you know what I mean? I have to make it happen. But it was a lot of, and before I started Ballin for Peace, I started something called Queen's Week.
Okay.
Queen's Day. Me and my boy Dave Buckner, we started that, and because of all the senseless acts of violence that was going on in our community that we saw, I remember Jam Master Jay getting killed, and Stack Bundles, and my best friend Mark Arrington he was killed in Hollis, Queens, and it was just a lot of crazy stuff going on. So when I came back from school, I wanted to do something positive, and we started Queen's Day. That became Queen's Week. We was doing that for a couple years and stuff, and then in 2014, the whole Mike Brown and Eric Gardner situation happened, and as recently as George Floyd being killed, a lot of innocent people getting killed by the police. And I wanted to do something because of all the senseless acts of violence that was going on, and Eric Gardner got choked out in front of, for a loose cigarette, a loosie.
Crazy.
Mike Brown was killed over a Snickers bar. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I put a dollar amount to it. All these guys, George Floyd was, choked, pretty much, kneeled on for, and killed.
Crazy,
all this for under $20. So what's the value of a human being, a black human being? You know what I'm saying? What's the value of us? Nothing. They don't see it.
Yeah.
So, I'm here to make sure that we are valued just as much as everybody else.
Amen.
And I started Ballin for Peace because of this. And I don't believe in peace marches or rallies. And not to say people who do them, That's cool, but I don't care to do them. Like, you know what I mean? It's been the same old since the 60s, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and I feel like literally nothing has happened from that. Nothing, you know, and so I started because of that. And, you know, our message is peace through sports. I know that sports brings people together because I physically play sports, and I know I've experienced it. I've been in countries where I don't speak the same language as people, and we had to figure it out. So what we did was, you know, that orange ball, putting that ball in the rim shuts a lot of people up. You know what I mean? You know, that's the communication there. Get that bucket, you know, 100%. Get that rebound, get that steal. So, yeah, peace through sports. Yep.
Amen to that, man. Yeah.
You know, it's my life. It's my journey, man. When you speaking your truth, it comes out natural. 100%. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
It is what it is.
That's great, man. So, look, let's get right back into it.
Yeah.
Your first job, man.
Okay. I was thinking about my very first job.
You got paid.
Yeah, I got paid. I was I used to mow the grass.
Okay.
For my aunt, my late aunt, my aunt Sharon, Sharon Rumley,
rest in peace,
Dr. Sharon Rumley. Like she would, you know, if I didn't say it right, she
correct you. Yeah.
Rumley.
Get it right. She worked hard for that.
Yeah, she worked very hard for that. And she used to have a company, Queens Comprehensive Perinatal Council. So she used to be there for all the women who had babies young and things of that nature. So she had her own company. You know what I mean? In South Side Queens. You know what I mean? So I used to mow the lawn for her. And do that. That was one of my first jobs.
Get that 10 spot. Get that 10 dollars.
20. I used like, nah, 20 spot. Get that 20 spot. I used to do that. And then, you know, one job that people would kind of like, you know, when I was 15, I worked at McDonald's. For 3 weeks. In Green Acres Mall, I worked in the McDonald's. You go right up that escalator, and it was like prime real estate. Everybody know, you know, I used to try to hide in the back and all that. But I worked that job for 3 weeks, and then I no call, no show because I had a basketball game. I was like, yo, this ain't the life for me. I think I chose the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. Yeah. So right back into ball, man. Perfect segue. So top 5 players of all time, man.
My top 5 players of all time: Michael Jordan. I'm gonna say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, even though I didn't get to see him play, but to put up those numbers that,
it's crazy.
And for, you know, your scoring record to be there for over 40 years, is, you gotta put that up there.
Put some respect on that.
Put that respect on that. And these are top 5, man. Like, you know,
that's 2.
You know, this is my list. Kind of like, you know, this is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Allen Iverson's in my top 5. Scottie Pippen's in my top 5. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, Pippen was. Scottie Pippen's actually my favorite player of all time.
Wow.
Scottie Pippen. If we go into favorite players, he's one of my favorite players of all time. He did it all. You know what I'm saying? I used to try to be like Scottie, but I wasn't 6'7", 6'8", you know what I'm saying? So I had to play more like Allen Iverson. I was quite fast and had a crossover, but I had a better jump shot than AI. You know what I mean? So Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Steph Curry. Yeah.
Okay.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, I mean, he changed the game.
He changed the game, and he's a shooter like me. You know what I mean? And he made people go ooh and ah from shooting 3-pointers, and he's breaking all the records. So he's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Yeah, I know. I left a lot of people off that list that people will probably, but this is my list, and this is who I cared about.
No Shaq, no Will, no Russell.
I mean. So we can go into that. Yeah, he had 11 rings, but there's only 6 teams, right? Like, you know, not 16, 6 teams. You know, but you know, it's like you're playing. You know, and if you had an advantage, it's like, you know, playing in the same league. The league was probably weak back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Meaning, like, you know, it's not as strong. So you had a really good team. You're gonna win every year. You know what I'm saying? So, and not to, you know, discredit anything
Right.
Bill Russell has done. You know, God rest his soul. But you know, we don't talk about. You know, it's nothing about rings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. You know, so that's that. You know.
So we're gonna take this one outside the box.
Yeah.
We were talking about WWE.
Yeah.
So talk about where your love for wrestling came from.
So yeah, I mean, I used to watch it when I was young. It used to be on Fox 5, like Saturday morning, like the cartoons used to be on.
Yeah.
WWE used to be on Fox 5 in the morning, on Saturday mornings and stuff. Superstars. It used to be WWE, well, WWF Superstars.
WWF, yeah.
And I used to watch it and everything like that, and I just had a love for it. I mean, I actually I was at WrestleMania 14.
Okay.
In Boston.
Okay.
Where Stone Cold fought Shawn Michaels.
Oh.
And Mike Tyson was the special guest referee.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I went to that. I was there sitting front row. Me and my my god brother Akeem. He was like my big brother. God rest his soul. He passed away, and Med passed away as well too. These are my god brothers. These were like my brothers because I didn't have an older brother. I got a younger brother. And I have three older sisters, and I had my mom. So that's how we did that. You know, but I used to watch wrestling, and it became like a staple in my family. You know, like the Royal Rumble, and you know.
Now, did you play the N64 game, WCW versus
NWO?
Yeah.
I wasn't a WCW fan, so it's either like how you have to be an AI fan or a Kobe fan.
Facts. Okay.
So I couldn't. So when we started losing the wars and stuff like that, when we was losing the Monday Night Wars, I still had to watch. I was just so dedicated to WWE. Even when they had Doink the Clown and all these crazy people and they're just weirdos, and I still was a big Bret Hart fan and everything. I had to ride with them, and when we lost Bret, I was distraught. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy, but then that's when Austin and The Rock kind of took over, and that's when the Attitude Era. I actually saw Rocky Maivia The Rock's first ever event. I went to the Survivor Series at Madison Square Garden in 1996. My dad took me to that. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, man, I have a lot of history. I used to watch ECW. Rob Van Dam was one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
Marty Jannetty was one of my favorites when him and Shawn Michaels was tag team with the Rockers and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, bro, like my love for wrestling is deep, man. Like, and I still watch it. And one of my favorite workers now is Dolph Ziggler. Like he left, he's in TNA, but I love what they're doing now in WWE. Cody Rhodes being the champion and stuff like that. The Rock came
big.
back. So we needed to change the guards with him and Roman. Roman Reigns did his job with the bloodline and everything, getting his whole family into the industry. He got his whole family on. If you want to look at somebody who gets it, right? I would say Roman Reigns gets it. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people. There's people in your family, right, that can help you and don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's people in my family who can help me move up that ladder, right, and not take the stairs, because we're all taking the stairs now. There's people who can help you take that elevator up, and they literally don't. But you see something like that in Roman Reigns, and it's like, I got people who I can literally, who has the mayor on speed dial. You know what I'm saying? And my family right now, and just they don't do anything, and they can see all the work that you do and stuff like that, and so sometimes you just family, calling someone your family. Sometimes I feel like it should be an option. It shouldn't be something that
that's tough.
You're born into, because there's people who have never who's your blood.
You thought would support you.
That should, and you thought would support you, and they don't.
They don't. Yeah.
And you can't make somebody family. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can be related to you. This is my such and such. This is they're related to you, but are they family? There's strangers who I know, who are more family than family. You know what I'm saying? So with Roman Reigns is dead, with the bloodline and everything, really getting his family.
Putting his family on.
Putting generational wealth and stuff, like that's different. So that if you want to look at something to kind of mimic, look at what Roman Reigns is doing. And I'm not even a big fan of his his wrestling, but as a man,
what he did for the family,
this dude is next
The Rhodes
level.
family was like that too, because
100%.
Cody's brother was Goldust.
Yeah, Goldust. Yeah.
Yep.
But
then
even
his dad
then,
was in. Yeah,
his dad was there, you know. But you know, if you kind of pick up on some of the stuff that Cody be talking about, like I don't think his dad really wanted him to wrestle. You understand?
Yeah.
He didn't want him to go through what he went through.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And Cody persevered. Cody had to leave and come back. Like these are real life stories. So this is why, like, when you following people and you following their careers and you following their journeys, it's like it's not easy. Like even with myself, like you follow the journey and you see, you know, putting on these events, you know, the Ballin for Peace events. You know, the first big event was at Baruch College. We had close to 2,000 people.
Wow.
You know, you get people to come out and you get those certain, you know, levels, and then, you know, you go ups and downs and stuff like that, and to keep that momentum going all of these years, and people, you look at it from an artist standpoint. Artists come and go.
That's
you
right.
Get somebody who has the hottest song. I'm not gonna say their names because I don't want, you know, but these people, they come, they have big tracks, and then the next year you don't hear about them.
Yeah, it's gone.
So imagine that, like, you know, and then, you know, you look at something like Ballin for Peace. One of my players, he's been playing with me since the 4th grade. He's in college now, and he played in the youth game with Ballin for Peace.
Wow.
And now he played in the celebrity game this year. My guy Chase
That's
Robinson.
fire.
So shout out to him. So that's full circle moments. So you have to keep those people's attention from the 4th grade all the way to sophomore in college.
Yeah.
That's unreal, bro. So
that's
it's
crazy.
When you kind of doing stuff and you're running the business, you can't just think for today. You got to think for tomorrow as well.
Exactly. And I was gonna ask you about because everybody was going crazy from the Bronny and, you know, Bronny
man,
getting in, and it was just like, yo, like
nepotism. But you know, it's you know, a lot of people do it with even regular jobs.
100%.
Like people, how many nephews and nieces and stuff, like, if I was able to do it, I'll do it. You know, if I was in a position, because, you know, it's even with getting a job.
Same,
like, you know, if I'm in a position, so put it like this, even with Ballin for Peace, you see a lot of people, the same people, working with me. You know what I'm saying? Why go outside the box if something's working? Shout out to Asia, shout out to my guy Abe, you know, shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Dimples, everybody, Linda, who's all worked with Ballin for Peace, and you see a lot of the same faces. So my thing is, my guy Slim, the announcer, you know, when we get to that point, right, where we feel like we accomplished, made it,
we got there.
You know, you want to win with the people who you started with. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So you know,
or
even
the people who vibe with you, support
100%. It's like a layup in basketball. Like, you know, this is easy. Like, of course I'm gonna call this person. Even with my brother, we've been playing 3-on-3 since 2012. I don't want to switch that up. I can go and play on super teams and stuff like that, but no, I want to win. It feels a lot better when you win with your day ones. It feels a lot better when you win with who you call family. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah, so we're getting ready to wrap up, man. Last couple questions before we wrap up the interview. But I definitely want to ask you about any obstacles you may have faced as a business owner, because I know what you do isn't easy, right? And you're in the nonprofit space. Right? So, I mean, even for somebody like me, I kind of shied away from nonprofits because of the red tape. A lot of it, you know, and I just felt like the only way you could really make it is if you had amazing connections, but you had people that were really going to come through for you and help you on the compliance side. Right. So that's kind of why I shied away from it. So anybody who's got a nonprofit, I'm like, yo, God bless you, bro. That's amazing. I salute you. So talk a little bit about what your biggest obstacle was.
So you kind of just said it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I started, you know, before, you know, starting Ballin for Peace, it was H2O basketball. Okay. So that's my for-profit business where I do my basketball trainings, coaching, refereeing, all of that stuff went under that umbrella. And when we originally started Ballin for Peace, it was H2O basketball presents Ballin for Peace. So I had to buy the trademark and all that other stuff. Right. And then, you know, it kept growing. So it was like, man, I can't keep. And then I would go to other companies and ask for, you know, donations and everything like that. And they like, well, you know, if you was a nonprofit, we can. Well, if you can, you know, I went up to Chase. If you're the nonprofit, we, you know, J.P. Morgan, you know, going up to Goldman Sachs, everything. You know,
that 501c3,
and they like, so they like, so then I did it. And, it's still in the same. Now you got to go with these grants. You were applying for grants and funding, getting denied. It's like, why am I getting denied?
Yeah,
because Ms. Johnson's been doing the same thing for 30 years, and they just approve these same because they're so lazy.
Right, yeah.
And they don't really care to, look and read paperwork from somebody who's new. So I would say one of the biggest things is the compliance and doing certain things and kind of like, I went from just someone, an idea to actually getting my nonprofit and then like learning on the fly. I'm still learning. We're still learning how to do this thing. You know what I mean? We're fixing a plane while it's flying. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. So like the plane is up and going and people think everything is good. We just trying to get a nice landing right now. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, one of the biggest things about running a nonprofit is actually learning about all of the ins and outs and the red tape and yellow tape and everything that you can and can't do. And I've been learning on that. And then also what you said with dealing with celebrities, or was that just running the business?
Having other people step in areas where you can't. Yeah. Like, so you could only go so far alone.
Yeah. I tell people that all the time. So I'm the person, like, so, like even for the softball game, right?
Yeah.
Boom. It was 3 of us. It was me, Asia, and Abe. Yeah. And shout out to Jasmine, who came on board to do our social media for the day. But for the basketball game, these are the issues. The basketball game, I got 50 people who want to come and help and get in and volunteer and stuff like that, right? Because it's more of a bigger, So more I got everybody who wants to come out and do that. So one of the biggest things is, when you're doing your other events, the free ones and the softball and the flag football, it's like everybody, people are nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it a buck. Yeah. So, but there, or even our in-school programs that we do, people are, they're nowhere to be found. They're doing the clinic last week with the School of the Deaf. No one can come and help me with it. Like, so I had to go from training with the MBPA in the morning. You want to know the real, training with the MBPA in the morning, had to be there like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and at Basketball City, and then had to go over to White Plains on the FDR and had to make it there in time, but it has to get done.
It's got to get done.
So when people call you, I can't make it today, I'm honestly used to people not coming through. So at the end of the day, when people do come through, it's a surprise. So, but the work is still going to get done. So one of the biggest things is flakes, people not doing what they say they're going to do. People empty promises as far as like, yo, I got this guy, I got this person. I've had to wear many hats. You know what I'm saying? But when things are clicking, they clicking. But one of the biggest things is actually having people do what they say they're gonna do.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was long-winded with that. Man.
That was important, man. That was important, and that spoke to a lot of why I came out. Sunday, right? Because even when I got the invite, I'm just like, even if it was the same day, I probably still would have popped out.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, bro, I gotta come through for him, and it worked out great. It was a great event.
100%.
No traffic.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
G-Dep came out.
Yeah, G-Dep. Shout out to G-Dep. You know what I mean? Let's get it. He turned himself in. Have one of the biggest records. Formerly G-Dep, a bad boy. I can't imagine what he was going through as far as the everyday struggle of like something that was bothering you so much that you didn't get caught for it. Yeah. You turned yourself in. So, that's commendable. Shout out to him for coming out. Shout out to my guy Rome from Bad Boy. Made that connection as well. But G-Dep came out. Happy birthday to Rome too. But G-Dep came out and you got a nice little. was able to give him a nice little interview and everything like that too. Yeah. And that's up on our YouTube channel on Ballin for Peace as well too. But the event was dope. Shout out to NYPD. Shout out to my guy Kai Bowen, Lieutenant Bowen. We had the rock climbing wall. We had the bouncy house. DJ. shout out to Wooter Apparel for the uniforms and stuff like that as well too. So,
and it was a good game.
Yeah, it was
too,
a really good
man.
game. It's competitive, man.
It was
crazy.
good game.
It was crazy.
So who, for people who want to do what you do, because
Mm-hmm.
they see what you do, they love it. You get the DMs,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
reach
yeah.
out
All
to
day.
you. For people who want to do a passion project,
Yeah.
like you're working right now and you have been working, what advice would you have for them?
I would say to really be in it, right? You can't, half behind this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to really, really want to do it. And that's why I think when they actually talk to me, they're like, "Yo, okay, like this dude's really like."
Yeah, he's about this.
It's about this life. Like, what I'm
Right.
saying? I always say you see a lot of first annuals, you never see year two. Because those people are doing it for not the right reason. People do
Right.
it for the cloud. They do it for this until they realize, like, yo, this is tough business. Like, this ain't for the weak at heart. Like,
It's
you know what I'm
not
saying?
easy
Like,
at
it's
all.
not easy at all. And then when you say celebrity, you got to get somebody, at least somebody, to come out. You know what I mean? Every time. So, like, and then, last year I had Whoopi Goldberg. And then you like, how do you top that? And then, this year I had, like, legend like Larry Johnson from the Knicks. He came out to this, and then G'd Up popping up, like, at the, softball game, having some of these influencers. But at the end of the day, it's tough. But, and you got to continuously roll them out.
Yeah.
Okay, boom.
Stay
You can't
consistent
stop.
with it,
You got to
yeah.
be consistent. Once you stop, it's done. So I say consistency is key. Really be about it.
Okay.
Understand if this is your life, and I want to do this. I want to do this full time.
Yeah.
I'm a PE teacher. You know what I mean? I've been doing that for some years. I've been working in the school district since 2016.
Yeah. Shout out to all the teachers out there.
Yeah. I'm enjoying my little summer right now.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean?
Yeah.
But my mother was a teacher for over 25 years as
Okay.
well at Springfield High
Yeah,
School.
God bless
Everything
her, yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I make my life make sense. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Like everything has to. It's not
adding
gonna
up,
be.
yeah.
I got to keep putting in deposits, like
Exactly.
adding, not subtracting
Yeah.
from it. A lot of people come around you and just want to pull from your energy. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I need people who are gonna pour into my energy.
Yes.
Not just pull from me. And that's
100%.
a lot of my conversations with people. Like it's like. What do you do? I bring the table to the table.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I bring it all. Like if I wanted to, because I can do it
Facts.
with or without you. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. And you mentioned the celebrities. So how has it been?
Yeah.
How has it been working with these celebrities, man? What kind of lessons
So it's tough.
have you learned from working with celebs?
So you get people who you hit me up and want to come out. You
Okay.
get people who hit me up and want to come out and then ask you for a bag. It's like, I didn't even ask you to come out, right? You asked me and then you asked me for money. Like,
that's crazy.
It's charity. Like, and I tell people, like, I tell people to, donate their celebrity.
Right. Yeah.
It's a tax write-off too. Like a lot of people don't understand it. It's a
it is,
501c3. So if this is your hours, and this people need to know this, and this is what we're going to talk about. If you have an hourly rate,
Yes.
you can build like, hey, I donated my hourly rate to this nonprofit, and you can get it written off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's your. This is
I
what
thought
you,
they would have had to cut the check and then they would get
what
the
are we?
write-off.
What check are we cutting? Right?
No, not
Oh,
going for peace. The celeb.
Oh yeah, they can also do that as well too, but they don't donate.
I didn't
Donating
know that.
This is your hourly rate. We can say yes. It's almost like donating clothes.
Yeah. Wow,
I
bro,
donated
that's
these clothes. I
incredible.
donated my time, and these are my hourly rates, and we can sign off on them getting.
Bro, there's probably a bunch of them that don't know that.
They don't know it because they do it for the wrong reasons.
True.
You know what
There
I'm
it
saying?
is,
So
there it is.
that's what it is. So like if it comes from your heart,
Yeah.
like I'm a referee, right? I referee as well too.
Yeah.
I've done games for $30.
Yeah.
I've done games for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've done trainings for free.
Right.
Because I've
doing
done
it for the
trainings
right
at
reasons,
the park.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I've taken kids and just let's get some shots up. Let's do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's on you and what's inside
And that
here
passion,
and what you're
yeah.
gonna do with it. Like I'm not gonna be able to take all this knowledge with me. You
Right,
understand? So at the end of the
100%.
day, I want to give it all out. And then you have people who like they gatekeep. People are asking for astronomical numbers and
That's
stuff
crazy.
like that. So it's like, yo, bro, you're not in it. That's not somebody that I want. So when I'm doing my
Exactly.
celebrity games, real quick, I'm doing them. I get the date, I get the location, I go. 9 times out of 10, I don't know who's going to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I first do it. You know, some people, yo, you should get this headliner. That ain't what I'm doing it for. And I would love to even take the celebrity aspect out of my events because, you know, when I originally started, it was just because of, you know, I know that they bring more attention to what's going on.
They spread the message, the cause.
If they're really doing it. I've had celebrities, you know, we do collaborative posts. They don't accept the collab and stuff. But now, you know, they're the ones that, like, you know, sending the collab information for us. But those were the difficulties. Those were the struggles. Like, you know what I mean? People don't get it. 100%. And a lot of people don't do it for the right reason. So those were some of the biggest things and obstacles and hurdles. And then also getting them all there.
Yeah,
you know, getting everybody there who's saying that they're going to do it. You know, you got to make sure they do it. Yeah.
So last question, man, and we kind of jumped into this a little bit, and we talked about this even before off air, just that value exchange, right? Yeah. And there's a ton of professionals out there. Obviously, social media is crazy. People have all types of opportunities to collaborate. Yeah. But not all professionals or non-professionals do it the right way. Yeah. Right. So what would you say to folks out there when it's about bringing value to the table and making it some kind of value exchange and not just pulling from the other person? 100%.
So, like, a value exchange, even if it's hard work, like, even if you're attempting to, there's a lot of people who don't value the try, right?
The effort,
the try, the attempt too, right? They'll just say, I can't, or I don't. Yeah, you're not even trying. I don't want to work with you if you can't even. Man, I don't know the first thing about getting sponsored. Right. Call somebody. You know what? Call them. Send them to me, and I'll be Mariano Rivera. I'll close the deal. I'll close the deal. I'll save. I'll make that save. You know, at least make an attempt. Matter of fact, here's some people, but then you got to be wary about that. Hey, here are these contacts. Give them a call because people keep those contacts, and then they're trying to do something else. So sometimes the biggest thing is when you have people who come around you, you got to understand who they are. Right. Sometimes you got to see if they're gonna be there for the long haul or they're there for like that season. You know, a lot of people who I do have around me, I see what they can do. Right. Because I saw them do it for themselves. So then I put them in that position, in that winning position, to do what they're good at. And sometimes people drop the ball because they're like, oh, H is gonna get it done. It's a lot that goes into that. But so
it's a lot of
balance that you have to have. But to answer the question, you know, I don't think that there's not gonna be anybody who's gonna support you like you. So there's really never an equal transfer, right? Or exchange, right? Yeah. So even if I get 10% from this person, 10%, you know, that builds into that 100% that I need. It's like, all right, cool, I got it done. But I don't look at it as someone's gonna equally transfer off the energy that I'm gonna bring.
So, it might not be an equal value exchange, but at least it could be a value exchange.
So like when you see some people, I know it's like, okay. Facts. They gave me 10%. Oh, they gave me 15. I bet that's good. Cool. Yeah. I'm good. I'm good with that 15. Yeah.
All right, man. So look, let's talk about these events. I know you got a couple coming up soon. We got the South Street Seaport event, August 7th.
Yep. All right. So South Street Seaport, we got August 7th. The court's at the Seaport. So South Street Seaport is building a court. This is their 3rd annual, I believe. And they, you know, just to get the community involved, you know, since they had the hurricane down there, they've just been trying to build more businesses and revenue down there. They're doing some beautiful things down there. But they built the basketball court, and we got asked to do a day down there. So we're doing festivities, games, 3-point contests, all that.
Oh, that's what's up.
August 7th down there from 12 to 6, 12 to like 7. We'll be there doing different games, and we have certain teams coming out and playing. That schedule will come out within the next few days. We actually just finalized it. Shout out to the Hoop Bus for the invite as well too. And then September 7th and 8th, we have our 14th annual Queens Week Basketball Festival at 150th Park in Queens, New York. We're still looking for vendors and, you know, opportunities. And actually some teams, we're giving out $5,000. We're donating $5,000 to the winning team. 2-day game elimination, and that's what we got. Oh, High School Classic, December 26th and 27th at Springfield Gardens High School. Our Elite 32 high school classic. It's going down. We're looking to give out more scholarships this year as well too.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I can't wait to go.
Yeah,
I can't wait to go, man. I can't wait to go to that. And then just any plugs you want to put out, the Instagram, is that where everybody can find everything? The website?
You can go to our website. We've been doing a really amazing job. Shout out to my guy Thomas, my partner. You go to the website Ballin for Peace. That's BALLIN, the number 4, the word peace.org. Follow us on Instagram, Ballin for Peace. Follow myself, H2O5, H2O Basketball, H2O Music. We outside, man.
We outside.
Yeah.
And usually I say shout outs, but my man's been shouting everybody out the whole show.
Yeah.
That's how real this man is, man. He's been
School
shouting
of the Deaf
out
too.
everybody.
We've been doing. We did some work with the School of the Deaf, man. That was one of the most inspirational things I've ever done in my entire life.
Wow.
Training these kids, and they love it. And they'll be playing at South Street Seaport.
Oh, that's
August
amazing.
7th as well,
That's
too.
fire.
Man. So I'm bringing my life to yours.
Incredible, man. Incredible. And so to my Level Up family, thank you for watching. And to those of you on the podcast, thanks for listening to On the Rise. Let's thank our guest, Mr. Haron Hargrave, H2O,
Yes, sir.
who came out today. Subscribe, leave us a rating or a review so you don't miss any level ups from the show. We'll see you next time.
Peace.